Once again, welcome back to my channel that is NTNet Paper to Education. Up till now, we have studied unit number 3 and in that we are studying division B. इसमें आता है approaches to intelligence from unitary to multiple, जिसमें हमें थोड़ी theories पढ़नी है जो कि intelligence के ऊपर है. We have to study social intelligence, multiple intelligence and emotional intelligence theory, along with Sternberg, Gardner and other educationists theory. ऐसे ही एक आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं जो कि इम्पोर्टेंट थियरी है दैट इज गिलबर्ट्स थियरी जिसे हम स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस थियरी भी कहते हैं. सो विदाउट फर्दर अडू लेट्स जस्ट स्टार्ट विद टुडेस सेशन. गिलफोर्ड्स थियरी ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस, व्हाट इज इट? जो हम सोचते हैं, समझते हैं, वॉट एवर अवर माइंड इज थिंकिंग, हाउ इज इट थिंकिंग, व्हाट इज इट मेड अप ऑफ? सो गिलफोर्ड हैड एक्चुअली टॉक्ड अबाउट इट. See, let's just first go through the content and then after we will go with the figure and understand each and everything. Here, I hope it is clear. From the visuals, it is clear. Based on the factor analysis, J.B. Guilford's structure of intellect theory, that is SOI theory, proposes that intelligence is not a single entity but a combination of multiple independent intellectual abilities. Guilford's model is a three-dimensional model of intelligence studies. This is most important for upcoming NET examination. Sometimes it might be asked that who has given three-dimensional model of intelligence study? This theory is actually given by Guilford. Guilford was of the opinion and is of the opinion that his theory proposes that intelligence is not a single entity. हमारी जो intelligence है वो एक चीज से नहीं बनी हुई, but combinations या multiple चीजों से बनी हुई है, जो कि हमारे intellectual abilities को बढ़ाने में help करती है. The three-dimensional model, it has been called, this theory is called as three-dimensional model. The three dimensions of structure of intelligence model are स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस और स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इंटेलेक्ट, मतलब कि उन्होंने एक क्यूब जैसा बनाया था एज अ ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन फॉर मेकिंग अस अंडरस्टैंड द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ दिस स्ट्रक्चर. उन्होंने ऐसे क्यूब में जो एलिमेंट्स होते हैं, ये छोटे छोटे बॉक्सेस आप जो देख रहे हो, उसके थ्री साइड्स, फर्स्ट साइड, सेकेंड साइड एंड थर्ड साइड. आप कोई भी डाइस ले लो तो आपको कितनी साइड दिखेगी, क्योंकि एक साइड जो है वो तो बॉटम पे होती है, यू कैन नॉट सी दैट. सो फर्स्ट, सेकेंड एंड थर्ड साइड, और उसमें भी उन्होंने एलिमेंट्स थोड़े बढ़ा दिए एंड देन आफ्टर ही एक्चुअली हेल्प अस टू मेड अस टू अंडरस्टैंड कि एक साइड है तो उसमें सपोज 6 एलिमेंट लेते हैं, सेकेंड साइड जो है वो डाइस का उसमें 5 एलिमेंट्स लेते हैं, तीसरी साइड जो है उसमें अगेन 6 लेते हैं. तो 6 5 6 ऐसे अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई करोगे 6 into 5 into 6, then total you will get 180 elements. So what is it? 180 elements are nothing but it is the structure of our small elements of intelligence that is helping us our intelligence to grow, our intellect to grow. Now, which are those 6, 5, and 6 elements? So let's just go through that. The three dimensions, he has called it as dimensions. The three dimensions of SOI model are, number one is operation. So, ये first जो एक side है उसको operation नाम दिया है. Second is contents and third is product. What is operation? The mental process of thinking. Whatever our mind is thinking, the mental process that goes behind the thinking process is, you can say, operation element. The act of thinking, how our mind is actually thinking. Right now, what you are all doing, you are actually understanding the concept. So your mind has actually started to think and to grab the content. So that process is element of operation. That is one dimension which comes under operation. The thinking process, the act of thinking. Then second is content, the type of information on which the operations are performed. What we think about. What is the topic that you are thinking about? What is the thing that you are thinking about? So that is content. Content, that is the topic on which your mind is working on. That is the second dimension. And the third dimension is product. That means the end result. The outcome of end result of applying a certain operation to a specific content. Specific, that is the topic about which your mind is actually thinking, running behind, and what will be its end result will be called as the dimension of product. Understood this much? Now listen. In these three dimensions, there are subparts. That is, here you will find out six parts, here you will find out five or six parts, here also you will find out six parts. So this is how each and every element of this particular three dimension each we are going to study in detail. Let me show you first of all the cube that's been given in his theory. See, this is a cube that's been given under Guilford's theory. You can see over here. When we are talking about one dimension, that is content, then we are talking about the second dimension, that is product, and the third one, that is operation. Just a few seconds ago only we have actually understood the very first one. First, let's just say operation. The second one is content, that is the topic, and the third one is product and result. Product, that is end result. Content, that is the second one, second dimension, topic, and operation, that is act of thinking, the process of thinking. Now listen, when we are talking about the very first operation, it includes evaluation, convergent production, that is thinking process, divergent thinking production, memory retention, memory recording, and cognition. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is made up of six elements. Then second stage is made up of five elements. Content, that is topic, visual, auditory, symbolic, semantic, and behavioral. And the third one, that is end result, that is product dimension, it comprises of six again. Units, classes, relation, system, transformation, and implication. So what is it all about? One by one, each and every element we will be going to understand. But let me explain you that these three dimensions, one, two, and three dimensions. These three dimensions portray from this theory that our intelligence is going to develop slowly and steadily with the help of these three functioning dimensions. If these three dimensions our mind is putting work to, then definitely our intelligence is going to increase. So, these are the certain components or structure of intellect according to Guilford. Now, let's just go each and every one by one. See, the interaction of these dimensions, that is three dimensions, creates different or distinct intellectual abilities. Guilford's final revised model, that is 180 elements of factors. How do we get 180? 6 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6. That is 180 elements. So even if you're in examination, it's been asked that how many factor elements has been talked in Guilford's theory, then you can answer it correctly that it has talked about 180 factor elements, and it got comprised with the help of multiplying 6 into 5 into 6, that is 656. And this 656 is nothing but they are the subparts of three major dimensions of intellect, our human intelligence. Okay. Now let's just go with the first dimension, that is operation, which is also called as the act of thinking. The operation dimension describes the mental process an individual uses to process the information. जब हम कोई चीज पढ़ते हैं या हम सुन रहे हैं या समझ रहे हैं, तो हमारी जो कॉग्निशन लेवल है, माइंड है, मेंटल प्रोसेस है, वो थिंक करना स्टार्ट कर देता है, सोचना चालू कर देता है. तो दैट इज एक्ट ऑफ थिंकिंग. कॉग्निशन, दैट इज, कॉग्निशन को क्या कहते हैं? माइंड रिलेटेड या मेंटल मेंटल रिलेटेड. The knowledge related, the ability to discover, to recognize the things, to comprehend in your own words the given information is a part of cognition. So the very first sub element of operation dimension is cognition. Then second is memory recording. Now it might be possible that your mind has grabbed the information, or it has tried to discover, recognize and comprehend the information that's been heard by it or seen by it, by the mind. Now, how the memory is going to get recorded by the mind? The ability to encode or register the information in small element of our mind, that is memory recording. So whenever you will in need of that particular memory, instantly within few nanoseconds, your mind will actually help you to gain that knowledge or memory. So that is memory recording. That is the second element, sub element of the first dimension. And what is the first dimension? Yes, you are right. Operation is the first dimension. Then the third element is memory retention. Whenever you need, you will retain it. Here it is going to record whatever you are observing, it is automatically getting recorded to in your mind. And that element is called as memory recording. And whenever you are in need, that is being retained by your mind. The ability to retain, that is to recall, um, वापस ले आते हो आप द लर्निंग इंफॉर्मेशन व्हेनेवर यू आर इन नीड जब भी जरूरत होती है उसको कहीं ढूंढने नहीं जाना होता आपके माइंड में ही है पर इंस्टेंटली माइंड काम करना शुरू कर देता है और आपको वो तुरंत याद आ जाता है तो याद आना यानी कि दैट इज रिटेंशन आपने कुछ पढ़ा हुआ है इंस्टेंटली आपको एग्जामिनेशन में कैसे याद आ गया दैट वे आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड then the fourth one is divergent production or thinking process. The generation of multiple यानी बहुत सारे and unique solution to a given problem closely associated with creativity. कोई आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने दे देता है केस स्टडी हो गया या फिर कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम तो आप उसके बारे में सोचोगे ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करोगे और सोल्यूशन लाओगे वो प्रॉब्लम का तो आपकी क्रिएटिविटी भी बाहर निकल के आएगी दैट इज डाइवर्जेंट प्रोडक्शन then fifth है convergent production, the generation of a single conventional or best solution to a problem. यानी कि आप खुद से मेहनत करते हो या फिर कोई ऐसे आपने तरीका निकाल दिया, ढूंढ लिया कि कन्वेंशनल कह सकते हो या फिर एक पर्टिकुलर बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन जिसे कह सकते हैं वैसा आपने ढूंढ पाया अगर आपने ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग की है या ऐसा कुछ किया है या सोचा है आपने कुछ जो कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम था उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए आपने कुछ रेमेडी निकाल दी है तो दैट इज कन्वर्जन प्रोडक्शन और वन ऑफ द एलिमेंट अंडर ऑपरेशन डायमेंशन then after the last one under operation dimension that is evaluation the process of making judgment or decisions about information's validity क्या वो सही इंफॉर्मेशन है आपने इतनी मेहनत की है इतना प्रॉब्लम अपने सॉल्व करने का ट्राई किया है तो क्या वो वैलिड है सच में वो रिजल्ट वैलिड है एक्चुअल में इम्प्लाई कर सकते हैं रियल लाइफ में कंसिस्टेंट रहेगा या है एक्यूरेसी है सच्चाई है प्रिसाइज है so that is all about evaluation I hope these elements are clear in your mind because it might be possible that anytime it could be asked in your examination. See, even in our syllabus, it is not given that you'll have to prepare the Guilford's theory, but if in case, particularly during matchability, if it's been asked, then it will be really very easy for yourself to understand it if you have actually gone through that. So basic understanding, if even if you are having, then it is definitely going to help you a lot. So this was all about the first dimension of Guilford's theory, that is operation. And it has six elements, one, two, three, four, four, five, and six. Then आगे पढ़ते हैं. The second element, that is content. Now, what do we mean by content? What we think about that is topic अपना mind किस topic के बारे में सोच रहा है whether it is feeling stress whether it is thinking about something which is really seems to be very complex depressing to you or it has some best solution within itself and it wants to get it out clear so that is the topic. This refers to the different types of information or material our mind is processing. जो भी अपना माइंड जैसे प्रोसेस कर रहा है इंफॉर्मेशन को जिस तरीके से थिंक कर रहा है उसे हम कंटेंट कहते हैं जो पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के बारे में सोच रहा है वो उसके एलिमेंट सब एलिमेंट्स है विजुअल यानी कि वॉट एवर इंफॉर्मेशन आप देख के समझ रहे हो अपना माइंड ग्रैब कर रहा है बाय साइट यानी कि देख के सच एज शेप्स कलर्स पैटर्न्स एक्सेट्रा इवन कलर्स मतलब कि ट्रैफिक लाइट लिख लो आप शेप्स या पैटर्न्स यानी कि अगर स्क्वायर है तो सारे स्क्वायर्स आप फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्व करोगे देन आफ्टर सर्कल्स ऑब्जर्व करोगे ट्राइंगल्स दिए हैं तो ट्राइंगल सबसे पहले एक लाइन में जाएंगे पैटर्न्स कहते हैं इसे शेप्स है तो ये शेप्स के बारे में पढ़ रहे हो तो वो रिसीव करता है बेस्ड अपॉन द टॉपिक सो कौन सा टॉपिक है इट डिपेंड्स और उसी तरीके से अपना माइंड वो चीजें ग्रैब करता है सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ विजुअल second is auditory that is our mind is receiving the information with the help of listening or hearing such as sounds and spoken words then the third element is symbolic symbols signatures signs symbol just as signs that have no inherent meaning like letters numbers and musical notations symbolic in a way कि हमें हेल्प करता है साइंस देख के जैसे कि साइंस किसे कहते हैं जैसे कि लाइब्रेरी में आपको सिंबल दिया जाता है या फिर ऐसे रखा जाता है, यू हैव टू मेंटेन साइलेंस, तो फिंगर ऑन योर लिप्स ऐसे दिखाया जाता है पिक्चर में. So only by looking through that picture, you will come to know that you will have to maintain this silence in the library, school library or college library. That is symbolic, and your mind actually grabs that without going line by line or letters. That is symbolic. Then semantic, fourth element. Information in the form of verbal meaning or ideas such as words and sentences. If somebody is uttering some words or sentences, even you are uttering words or sentences, then the you can say link between words and sentences, that is called as semantic. So that is also one such element with the help of which our mind is grabbing the information. And another one, that is the last element, sub-element of second operation or second dimension under Guilford theory content is behavioral. Information related to the action, expression, and social behavior of other people who are residing in the society along with you. So whatever information you are interacting with another person or you are grabbing the communication process through your mind, then how is the behavior of other person? How is he or she is acting upon your communication? All this, that is coming under behavioral. So our mind also grabs information with the help of such things. So that is also an element under content. So two dimensions we have done. Let's just go further with the third dimension, that is product. Now what do you mean by product? The result of thinking, that is end result. कि सोच तो लिया है पर उसका एंड रिजल्ट क्या आया, अच्छा आया, खराब आया, बुरा आया, या वॉट एवर इट माइट बी. This dimension classifies the form in which information is organized and processed. Whatever our mind has got the information or grabbed the information, now it is the time uh, that we have resolved the questions, we have got the best alternative or answers. Now the answers are actually reliable, accurate. That is the time that our mind is going to judge. So the number one element under the judgment dimension is units, that is single items of knowledge such as single word or object. Only based upon the single word you will come to know. It's good, it's amazing, it's very bad. So you will come to know that whether the result or end result is good or not. Then classes, sets of units that share common attributes. It might be possible that sorry, certain units or certain items or certain topics that's been under consideration by your mind regarding one particular topic or regarding one particular criteria. Now, by combining that, your mind is going to judge the things. Then the third element is the second is classes, third is relation, the connection or relationship between two units. Whatever subparts you have thought of, whether there's a relationship between that so that it has come out with a good end result or bad end result, that is our mind is going to judge. Then the fourth one is system, multiple relations that are structured together to form a network or whole, so that you will at the end come to know that the entire thing, whatever hard work is being done by you, by the mind, the judgment is actually clear or not. So system, synchronization of things. Then after the fifth element, sub-element, is transformation, changes, redefinitions, or conversions of information. Whatever information you want to get converted, if you think our mind is thinking that no, this is a partly correct and partly incorrect decision, and I want to modify it according to your scenario or something, yes, some experience or more knowledge, then definitely it's going to get changed or redefined or conversion or changing, that is transformation. Then implication, that is the sixth element, the last element, predictions, inferences, expectations based on given information. Whatever information our mind has grabbed, now you are going to imply whether it is going to get implicated in real life or not. So you are going to think about that. So it is that one. So this was all about, you can say, the dimensions of Guilford's structure of intellect model. Now, what is the importance of this theory? Education implications of the structure of intellect model by the Guilford, we have to understand. The very first one is personalized learning. The Guilford's model helps educators or teachers identify and understand the specific intellectual strengths and weaknesses of the students, allowing for individualized instruction. So, according to the mind or intellectual level of the students, the training or learning should be given to the students, like by the teacher. So, the curriculum or syllabus should be framed accordingly. based upon the intelligence level of the student. Then curriculum development should also be according to the mental level of the children. Say, for example, teaching method. If the child is unable to learn through discussion or lecture, then let him do and understand the concept or topic with the help of different teaching learning method. That is, it could be assignment method, project method, or some sort of field work in which he is actually enjoying the work as well as he's learning something new, new experiences. Then addressing the underperformance. By analyzing a student's profile across 180 factors, teachers can pinpoint the specific reasons for unsatisfactory academic progress, even in students with adequate overall intelligence. So, with the help of this, we can come to know that which are the 180 factors and elements that is actually contributing to individual learners' intelligence. And if in case some factors are lagging behind, then you as an educator or a teacher might help him or her. Then enrichment programs definitely can help the gifted children by focusing on the specific strengths. This actually been nowadays talked more, even in our NEP 2020, because our NEP, New Education Policy, sorry, 2020, has talked about focusing more upon the student-centric classroom rather than the teacher-centric one. Because if the students are active, then definitely it's going to help the teacher to make the teaching learning process an effective one. So that is the thing. Then uh, another one is fostering creativity. Guilford emphasizes on divergent production of intelligence, highlights the importance of creativity in problem solving, and suggests classroom practices to encourage innovative thinking. If you are assigning some project or assignment or some field work or some brainstorming activity to the students, then definitely it is going to foster their creativity. And it will make the teaching learning process more effective and efficient one along with a productive one. If we are talking about the students' intelligence, increment in students' intelligence, then assessment and guidance. The model is a basis for constructing various types of tests and guiding students towards vocational paths that align with their specific intellectual skills. Some might be good at drawing, some might be good at speaking, some might be good at painting, some might be good at skating, some might be good at swimming, some might be good at, you can say, culinary. So, as an educator, you'll have to actually help the students in achieving that specific intellectual skills at a higher level, vocational path. So yeah, you can actually contribute from your side by your help, by lending your help, by facilitating student. So this was all about Guilford's theory. Thank you so much. If you have liked this, understood from the topic, then do like and subscribe the channel that is NTNet Paper to Education. Till the next time, keep learning, keep achieving. Happy reading.